My name is Hugo, and I am a father of two beautiful girls and a husband. Been married for almost 10 years. I was born in Virginia, and my father was a strong believer. And I didn't like it. I didn't like, for some questions I would ask, and I just didn't like the answers. My wife has always been a believer. And then the beginning of our marriage, I I believe that I was steering her in the wrong direction. And then my daughter, right? And my daughter, with her going to homeschool and then learning about, the scripture, it was just rewarding to see that no matter how far I kept running away, it's just God kept putting more people in my life that were important to me, that made me say, man, you got to change. And I think what was like the stepping stone of all of that was like, one day I was at the gym with my oldest one, and she saw anxiety, depression, whatever you want to call it, on my face. And she said in this exact words, dude, you need Jesus. Last year I could see that, my family was falling apart. What I felt when I was at risk of losing everything in my marriage, it was heartbreaking. Like I was the cause of how the marriage was going. I had to figure out a way to change as soon as possible. The conversation started with me and my cousin. Her name is Sabanita. I love how her marriage is. And she was like, why don't you go to the Christ Fellowship, the one by your house? And as you know, you can literally walk from here to there. And I believe it was June of last year was my first day going. When Pastor Omar asks you to raise your hand at the end of the service, like when you're ready to commit yourself to Christ. So I raised my hand, and then I remember leaving. And then I remember somebody approaching me, and they asked me, like, oh, did you want to go to a small group, to a Bible study? And then as I am saying no to this guy, Pastor Alex taps me on the back, and I'm like, whoa, hi. So he asked me to go to his office, and I broke down in his office, and I remember the summary of that interaction was that, Hugo, you need to just worry about building a relationship with your Lord, and everything else will come into place. And I think that was my life-changing event of just wanting to, follow in the footsteps. So I think generosity is huge. And because of the generosities that have been given to Christ Fellowship has allowed me to become the man that I am today by growing my faith. Committing my life to Christ has improved in my marriage, putting her number one and listening versus talking. When it comes to my girls, being a better role model for them. My father, for a long time, my relationship was not as strong as it should have been, and including my mother as well. It's a testimony in itself to show you that no matter how far you walk away from the Lord, no matter what, He is my Father. And He's going to do whatever He can to put people in your life for you to steer back into the right direction. Life has been calmer. It's been rewarding. Who knows if that church was not around the corner, if I wouldn't be where I am today.